Hello, my Romance Club lovers. The update is on the way. The devs promised it to be released at the end of the week. Time between the updates runs so fast and at the same time so long that I forget what were in the episodes themselves. So now, a little bit of reminder and my opinion with rating. Some words about Gladiators Chronicles. I have a full video about it. The link will be in the description. And general expression, it's not my cup of tea, but let's see what will be in the following updates. In this single episode, we just get acquainted with new characters and take a closer look at the main character himself, with his family and friends. At the end of the episode, our parents were killed, the sister was kidnapped, and the main character was taken as a slave. Arcanum. I have a feeling that Alice has returned to the genre she likes, and I see how potential Arcanum is. At first sight, I thought that Bert will conquer my heart, and he will be my love line. But no, Liam is better for me. He's kind, polite, and brave. These episodes were very long and informative for every character. This time we knew something about Rob. He investigates a case with his mother, he wants to find her, he tries to involve Selena in it. Selena discovered an interesting detail about Josephine. Bert appeared with the past stories of Lilith, but he looks so suspicious, I don't know why. Cute and suspicious. Perfect combination. And of course, there were many moments with Liam, and the most memorable is horse riding. It was intimate and touching. We also learned some stories of Selena's childhood and work in progress. Until this moment, I don't understand why Selena was cursed. For now, it is unfair. At the end of the episodes, we met a ghost who was saying that Selena shouldn't trust anyone. Leave your comments. Are you afraid of such screamers on the screen, or it doesn't make any sense to you? For me, it's just like atmosphere stuff, but I saw some comments that players were really afraid of playing further because of it. Anyway, this update was full of events, and I take this story at the fourth place. This update of Dracula love story is not so awful as I'm used to. I replayed all the seasons to be with Noe, sorry Leo, and now this story is kinda satisfying for me. I wanted Noe as love line, and now I'm happy with it. Finally, we learned a story about Sandra and about her past. And yes, as I supposed, she worked as a police officer. Then there was pretty strange conversation with RG, and we realized that she played her own game. One more mean story. Vlad's daughter decided to appear in front of other people just because she can. Yes, she's cute, but what was it? Hey, let's everybody know about magic creatures and so on. Well, then goes long dialogue scenes I don't remember. The most important events actually the fest itself. A legend about pure love, a tradition to honor the dead beloved, a performance of Noe, this all suits to this story and gives time to relax before the following events at the end of season 2. For those who choose Vlad as love line, there was a good scene with his letter. I think it was deep emotional for you. And I had fun with Noe. This was kinda strange but interesting. Anyway, the episode continues with the raft scene, and we find bloodied Millie without consciousness. Among all the episodes that Dracula love story has, it was one of the best updates for me. But not so good as other stories. So it deserves the fifth place. It is kinda neutral for me, but with some positive aspects. My beloved story, Legend of the Willow, is no longer at the first place. It happened for the first time, I think, and there are some reasons of it. I was kinda disappointed in it. It seems to me that it was unnecessary to prolong if these episodes are just fillers with no real influence. And the whole situation with Kazu is rather questionable. But let's talk one by one. There was an episode where we tried to find more information about Wen. Just as usual, May trained and improved skills. Then the episode where she decided to act and to go into Shogun's room and discovered where it is situated and how she could go to his room unnoticed. Then the operation itself. May managed to turn into a fox at her will, and of course, I understand that the mistake which caused the entire situation with Kazu is just a reason to show that they are able to have troubles, that it is uneasy to reach results without loss, but I don't know how to explain my disappointment. Just another discontent that our love lines have a protection of not being killed. I didn't think that the author of the story will follow rules and expected Kazu to be dead, or that it wouldn't be so easy to recover for him. But no, Kazu sentenced to death? No, another punishment. He will be seriously beaten? No, Shino pays for beating not so hard. The disclaimer brings me fear that it is all serious. No, just some sliders that don't impress me at all. Kazu didn't speak since then. Maybe he is seriously injured. No, everything is all right. Nobody can find a medicine for him, and it will take much time to get Kazu well. Hello, Takao. And this sense that I expected something gravely, and then the characters handled it easily, exactly this disappointed me. But it's only my expectations and my walls to wait for the main love line to be dead. If not this fact, I consider this update was on high level, and that's why I placed this story on the second position. Sophie's 10 Wishes keeps its level. As it fell down, so it is yet down. The first season is over, and I understand why this story has only two seasons. I already told you that I'm not sure all the wishes will take 3 seasons to tell. So this update. Sophie finds a dog and meet Haku, one more beautiful man. I predict he's a love line, so let's see. She comes back to parents' house and remembers her last years. And surprisingly, she finds out that all 10 wishes were written by her. I didn't catch this actually and didn't want to clarify this, but the result is that it is indeed someone from her family who is responsible for these blackmails. Just imagine. Anyway, it's time for girls' party, and I kinda doubt that such different persons could get along with each other, but it's Sophie's time to be the main character at the party. I liked how our stats could work here. As wallflowers, we supported a girl like Sophie. As a vixen, we resisted our boss Miller, and with glory points, we didn't fail with the speech for Miller, but it is a useless option considering following events. Nevertheless, I liked how the author uses technical features and how our vixen and wallflower stats work. Next, I was irritated by the fact that Sophie couldn't just listen to the professor and surprised that she hesitated with her answer. It was so full to my mind. Also, I was impressed with the idea of crossovers, but actually it hasn't saved anything for me, as it is not one of my favorite stories. It was cute and nice, but nothing more. What else? Where are our love lines? Where are all other characters? Now I understand why Kexis with Mitch and Diego were so early, because they appear only for intimate moments. I dislike such an idea. To sum it up, I don't like this update of Safi's 10 wishes and put it at the seventh place. Scenes of London. This story pleased someone but not me with 2 episodes. We made a potion for Evans, had interactions with both Sherlock and Gray, and comforted Abigail. Her behavior causes questions, but nevertheless, I can imagine how it is difficult for her to believe that the closest person she has in her life betrayed her and wanted to kill her. Then Gray finds a story about Glastin, and we plunge into the legend I found very interesting. Then our characters decided to hunt this creature down, and we had an opportunity to spend time with Leslie. No idea what was happening in the mirror room, but seeing Irene this way was funny. After this, we could find Glaston and fly with him away. Many players could be sure that he is one of Loveline's, but I'm not so much impressed. I'm all alone in this story after upsetting with Sherlock, and I doubt that someone will appear for me to be a Loveline. So the episode is ended with a disputable decision to return a hand or to leave the metal one. Stupid, stupid, stupid. What was it for? Why she returns it so easy? What is the difference? I was very angry to see this option in the story. This update was pretty usual for me with some negative aspects, and I give this story the sixth place in my rating. Path of the Valkyrie. Oh, my suffering story. I haven't played it since the beginning of season 2, and it was not because I don't like it, but otherwise. I like this story very much, but I decided that I had chosen a wrong love line, and I had to replay the story since the beginning. And here I am, played all the episodes, and with Ulr as love line. Wonderful. This story pleased me at very single detail. Interactions with Loveline, interactions among the characters, and how detailed the imagined world is. The parallel world is my cup of tea for sure. I like such a twist, and the only huge minus of this story is in the length of episodes. Of course, we could justify it by lots of variety of interactions, but it shouldn't be so weighty. As players, we shouldn't feel this, and it is one disappointed scene in it. As for the plot, we decided to find a white witch, and it appeared to be Vanadis. She told everyone about her adventures and about the probable Mimir's killer. And at the end of the episodes, we discovered that it was Loki who created Odin's illusion, and Odin himself didn't send them to find the killer. It was pretty unpredictable for me, and finally we got an answer why Odin behaved how he behaved when he had found Liv. I have one question closed, and it is a big plus for the author that it is not an illogical thing, but a thoughtful detail that has worked later. Brilliant. So I put this story at the third place, and this story deserves it. And there are two more places, the first one and the last one, Rage of the Titans and On Thin Ice. I think those who chat with me or follow my media already knew the answer, but I want to keep an intrigue for 2 more seconds. And the last place goes to Rage of the Titans. Surprised? I hope. Unfortunately, it is true for me. Rage of the Titans was as cringe as the previous update. I don't understand the sense of this story, and I suppose that it will be one of the worst stories for me in all Romance Club ever. So, what we observed in this update? Our brother, who is no longer Tom, decided that it's okay to give no explanations at all. Okay, maybe hates? Later? Hmm, Adrian? Ah, later, okay. Pierce, all hopes rest on you. Tell me, please, tell me everything. I will go with you, okay? Hey, why did you put a bag on my head? I agreed. Oof. And of course, he didn't tell Andrea anything useful. The romantic moment with Adrian was incredible. Romance Club is in need of such moments for now. Relationships are not only kexes. Then we participate the stupidest meeting of gods. I thought they are old and wise, but no. Teenagers' brains influence them obviously. A cringe scene with Theo. Useless prophecy from witches. If if main character doesn't know gods are going to die soon, we should find Zeus. He is in labyrinth. Miss Black should help, but Andrea should make some stupid stuff for the help. And at the end, at last we have a map and ready for searching. So illogical events, so stupid actions, dumb characters' behavior, everything is disgusting. The last place rightfully belongs to this story. And finally, on thin ice. This story has 4 episodes in this update, and it was a perfect decision to finish the first season at once. These episodes were very emotional, heart-touching, and inspiring. Despite the fact that there are some questions to this story, I liked how it turns out to be. So Hodge saves Catherine and gives money she needs. We learned a lot about Hodge in this update, and I decided to choose him as a love line. He promised main character to deal with Ocean, hired main character to work for him, and so on, so on. Brian and Liz tried to return Catherine in sport life. We had an opportunity to interact with Tate, and I was hesitating if he could be my love line. I don't collect mastery points, and I'm afraid it will influence our relationships with him in a bad way. Anyway, the tempo of events rises, and main character thinks it's a very good idea to follow Hodge and to observe how his meeting with Ocean is going on. Where was Dominique's brain at this moment? I guess we'll never know. Of course, after Hodge's pressure, Ocean decided to take everything under control and kidnapped Catherine. Our friends rescued her and saved her after another trial of being abused, so to say. The touching scene with her mother was perfect. I was almost crying to read it, and it was good to show that it's not time for her to die. It was like relieving for her, her opportunity to say sorry and goodbye to her mother, and close this chapter in her life. Then, in the hospital, we knew that Rick, who was supposed to be dead because of Catherine, is alive. Stupid turn of events, but actually, I think it was important for main character development as well, as now she could read all these thoughts about him. And what do we have at the end of the season? Yep, Hodge seems to be not so good person as we used to see him in these episodes. Something is hiding behind, and I think it will be a leitmotif of season 2. This update was very emotional for me, and I give this story the right first place. That's it, guys. That's my rating. Waiting for yours in the comments, and I hope it was kinda useful to remind you what was in the episodes themselves. The next video with Ellie's interview is in a process, so don't forget to subscribe me and press a bell button to set up a reminder. Thanks for watching, see you next video, bye bye.